bulgogi, or Korean beef. And this recipe is largely open to interpretation, but this is what I grew up when my mom made it, and so this is what I'm going to make today. We're going to start with beef. I like using steak. You can use top round or a beef roast, but I like steak because it's already the right thickness, then we just need to slice it. So this has been sitting in the freezer for about a half hour to firm up, and it's going to make slicing it a little bit easier. Once it's sliced, we're going to marinate it, and the marinade is going to consist of soya sauce, sweet onion, garlic, and you can either use white sugar or traditionally you use Asian pear, but I'm using a regular Bartlett pear and a Kiwi, and this is going to add sugar to the marinade for us. The beef is going to sit in the marinade for about a half hour, and then you're going to cook it. Traditionally, you cook this over a fire, an open fire pit. I've done it on the barbecue quite a few times, but the weather's not cooperating today, so we're going to broil it in the oven on a baking sheet with a rack. Alright, so our beef is fairly firm. It's been in the freezer for about a half hour, and we're going to identify the grain of the meat and slice across it, and it's going to give us a bit of a more tender piece of meat when we serve it up. So let's get this sliced. We're looking for anything between an 1/8 and a 1/4 inch. You want it fairly thin. It's not going to marinate for a long time. With our beef sliced, we're going to move it off into a bowl and get started on our marinade. Our marinade is going to consist of an onion, and we're going to dice this onion fairly roughly, and it's going to go into a blender, and that's going to get this the right consistency to marinate. For the marinade, everything's going to go into the blender, and we're going to blitz it up. We've got a whole sweet onion, a whole pear, a kiwi, 4 cloves of garlic, and I usually eyeball this. It's going to be about a cup worth of gluten-free soya sauce. And once this is combined, we'll just add it to our beef, give it a quick stir, and we're going to leave this in the fridge for about 30 minutes. So with our beef all laid out, I'm going to pop this into the oven now. I'm going to turn the temperature up to about 400 degrees, and if your oven can have the top element on at that temperature, that's ideal. If not, you might want to just use the broil setting once your ovens come up to temperature. So after about 5 minutes, you can see the sauce, the marinade, has started to caramelize over top of the beef, and the beef is definitely done. So we're going to swap out our pans now. Alright, and after about 12 minutes, both pans are out of the oven, so we're going to let these cool just a little bit, and we're going to serve them up with some rice and broccoli. So this is how we typically enjoy our Korean beef, with a little bit of roasted broccoli and some brown rice. You can add a little sriracha or soya sauce, or if you're feeling adventurous, even some kimchi. We really enjoy this because the beef ends up extremely tender. The onions do an awesome job at tenderizing the beef, and it packs in a phenomenal amount of flavor. You get some sweetness from the pear and from the kiwi that white sugar alone just wouldn't bring to this dish. So definitely one of our favorites, and something we do on a pretty regular basis. Hope you guys enjoy.